Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 3:28 a.m. on this freezing Friday evening going into Saturday morning. I went to sleep last night. What time did I go to bed? Like 11 o'clock. After I ate and watched an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, I finished one episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, and then I watched the next one as well. So I watched 1.5 episodes. And my nose has been just running all day today. I don't really feel sick, so I don't think that I have a cold or anything. I really do think that it's allergies, but it's crazy to me that it's so cold at night. Usually when it gets this cold, my allergies go away. But maybe they're not this year. I don't know. And I keep on forgetting to take my allergy medicine, which is just not, I mean, it doesn't really do that much for me anyway, because it's just that aloe vera. So anyway, I got up today, and Alex has been working like half days on Fridays, which has been really, really nice. His whole schedule changed. So he has been able to typically leave about halfway through the day on Friday, like once he gets like everything done. And so I knew that he was coming home early today. So I did some stuff around the house, and then I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I did a review. And then, did I make coffee at home? I feel like I made coffee at home this morning. Oh, I know. Oh, did I? No, I can't even remember. I think I did make coffee at home this morning. Shoot, I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. It's like driving me. I did, because I made this one that was like coconut caramel. It's from that box that I bought at Tuesday morning, and I thought that was like really kind of a strange combination. But it kind of tasted, I don't even really know how to explain this, but it tasted kind of refreshing as far as coffee. Anyway, and then I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I did a review. Why do I feel like I did something before that today? Oh shoot, I had my recovery commitment today. So I made a cup of coffee to go to that. That's why I made the coffee. I was like, why did I make the coffee if I was going straight to Dunkin' Donuts? So I had my recovery commitment today, and then I went to Dunkin' Donuts afterwards. And I did a review of one of their new holiday drinks. And then, it obviously had such an impact on me that I couldn't, that I could remember. But anyway, and then it was such a pretty day today. I went to Richie Woods, and I did a walk around Richie Woods because I was reading up on the Vloggerinos. Happy belated birthday to Troy. I think I may have already said that, but happy belated birthday to Troy. And I was reading on the Vloggerinos Facebook group, and he had said, somebody was asking like what are your favorite Peter videos or whatever, and I was like, oh, this is really helpful for me. And he said that his favorite were the walking around Richie Woods, which I had been meaning to do that for a while. And so, but we had just had so much rain that there had not really been a day to do it. So we're back to that thing where in the car, it's like it's either too hot or too cold. Do you remember that from last winter? So anyway, I went to Richie Woods and I walked around. It was beautiful. There were tons of people out there today. Like the parking lot was like packed, and there were a lot of photographers taking pictures of like families for like Christmas cards. But there were also a lot of like couples taking, I don't know, like engagement pictures and stuff. There's, where the parking lot is, from that area to where kind of like the Humane Society is, there's like these tall like willowing, they're not weeds, it's like grasses. And when I was leaving, there was this couple out there with a photographer, and they actually had like some kind of like, they were playing music out there, and it was like this love music, and it was like very romantic. It was really sweet. So that was out there today, and God, it's still hot in here. I did that, and then while I was out there, I did a booktube video, because I was like, well, I might as well just do, I was going to do a booktube vlog, like driving back, and I was like, why don't I just sit in the woods and do a booktube update? So I did a booktube update in the woods to do something different, and then I actually just sat in the parking lot there and filmed my drama video as well on Jaclyn Hill. And so I had all those videos done, and Alex had gone to go get his like booster shot thing, and then he was going to get something to eat and come home. He was getting Chipotle. He was really hungry for Chipotle. So I was like, okay. And it was like around 5 o'clock at that time. So I came home, and like on my way home, where did I stop? I stopped somewhere, and he had texted me, and he said, I'm really, really tired. He had like a long week. And so he said, I'm going to lay down and relax. And so he lay down at like 5 o'clock, and then he slept for a while, got up for just a little bit. Well, we're having to take Tucker out like every hour and a half. He's having to go potty because of the medicine that he's on. So, and he's, you know, doing his best. So we're taking him out about every hour and a half. And there was like a period that I was like gone. Because I went and got some Panda Express. When I did the review there, what was it, like a week ago, and I found out that they have like several vegetarian things, I was so excited. So I went to Panda Express. That's when Alex got up, really just to take the dogs out and stuff. He was so tired today. He hasn't done this, like he did it like a week and a half ago or something, but like where he comes home and he just kind of like sleeps the whole night. He's exhausted tonight. He just actually woke up right before I was getting ready. Like we both woke up kind of at the same time, and he took the dogs out. And I said, are you like wide awake? And he's like, I feel like I could sleep for 24 hours. And he goes, but he said, I feel so good. He was like, I just feel like I could just sleep and sleep and sleep. So anyway, when I met him, it was so funny because like I didn't understand that. Like we would go and well, I think part of it is like Alex is definitely like a night owl when it comes to like going out on the weekends and stuff like that. But like during the week, he isn't so much. But what will happen is Alex will head upstairs to bed at like 10 or 11. But he'll stay on his phone looking at TikTok or watching a show or something till like 2 something in the morning. And then he has to be up at 7. And so he gets like 4.5, 5 hours of sleep, like 4 or 5 days of the week. And then it catches up with him, I think. So anyway, but he slept most of the evening tonight. And I talked to Tanya Jean on the phone, and what else? She was getting a massage this evening. And then I don't know what else. I came home and I uploaded the videos. That was about it. Oh, I went online and I bought like I have the next book in the Criminals and Campers series, and then I bought, so that's book 3. I bought books 4, 5, and 6. You guys, I am so excited about this series. I mean, I don't even think, like, I've read a lot of really good cozy mystery series recently, but there hasn't been a series since Misfortune that I have just wanted to read, like, every book in the series, like, back to back. I like the one that takes place in southern Indiana, the Maddie Day one. I like that series. I like the Aurora Tea Garden series by Charlaine Harris. But I haven't had a series that I just have taken, or that I have, like, wanted to read, like, back to back to back in a long time. Is Denny's not open 24 hours anymore? I mean, I know most places aren't open 24 hours, but I thought that Denny's had remained open 24 hours. But I just realized, because, like, I drive by there almost every single night while I vlog, and I haven't seen any cars out there in a long time. Water is so good. I almost brought 2 of them because I was so thirsty. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're so thirsty, and then, like, the cold water tastes so delicious? Tomorrow I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna film some videos, and then I have to get up. I have to start getting ready early for this recovery banquet that we're going to. Tanya, myself, and another friend are driving there. Another friend and her husband are meeting us there. We all are at the same table. Another friend of ours and his girlfriend that we know from we've known him forever. They're at our table. That's our table. And then our sponsor's gonna be there, and she's going with, like, her sponsor and her sponsor's sponsor. And so anyway, we're gonna meet a bunch of people. It'll be really fun. I'm excited. But I have to pick up Tanya. It's everywhere from, well, I said to Tanya, are you going to dress up? Because it's kind of like, it's not like a super dressy banquet, but, like, I do know some guys that are wearing suits. But I also know that there will be guys that are there in, like, t-shirts and jeans. I mean, it's a recovery thing, right? So, literally everything from jeans and a t-shirt and work boots to probably really nice suits and evening gowns. People will dress up. I think I'm gonna opt for, because it's cold, so I think I'm gonna wear jeans and a long sleeve button up Ralph Lauren shirt. I have this one that's, like, teal blue. I think I'm gonna wear that tomorrow night. I have these Fry boots that I really like, with those. And then, or I have a pair of, like, Sperry dress shoes that I might wear them with, because they're really comfortable and I want to be comfortable tomorrow night. So that'll be really fun. It's like a dinner. It's like a sit-down dinner. And then there's a speaker. Well, there's, like, a pre-speaker and then, like, a keynote speaker. And then they'll do, like, a sobriety countdown where they have the person with the most time stand up. And it goes all the way down to, like, the person with, like, the least amount of time in the room. And then the person with the most time gives a book to, like, our basic text to the person with the least amount of time, which is really, really powerful. I always cry during that part. Well, I mean, I cry a lot anyway, but I always cry during that part because, it's just really cool. I mean, when you see the power of sobriety, you know, and you see this person that's been sober for 50 years, right? 50 plus years, standing next to a person that has less than 24 hours typically, you know, and you think, like, just imagine what your life could look like if you just, you know, you do what we do one day at a time. And it's really powerful. It's really, 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 really powerful. So that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. It'll be early. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I have to pick up Tanya at 5:15. Which means I have to be ready. I have to start getting ready by like 20 after 4 or 4:30 to be in time to go and pick her and our friend up. Our friend's going to be at her house. So that we can leave and get there in time. I need to check and make sure that that's going to even give us enough time to get there. So I got to start getting ready really early tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to have time to make videos tomorrow. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But that's tomorrow. You know how I typically like skip like Sundays making videos? I may skip tomorrow. I may make just like a drama video and a review video if I have enough time, and then like just like let that be it tomorrow and upload my vlog. I'm gonna start uploading my vlog tonight so that when I get home, I'm gonna start rendering it, and so that it can upload overnight while I sleep. And then that way, when I get up, because I'm literally only gonna have like a couple hours tomorrow. When I was leaving to come vlog, my neighbors, she's like 26. I think her boyfriend is the same. They were in college together. I think he's the same age, and they were just coming home, I think, from going out, because they were like Ubered home. And I was like, that's so funny, because I never see anybody ever out. Like when I drive around on Friday and Saturday nights. I mean, maybe it's different where there's like clubs and stuff, but I never see anybody out in like fast food restaurants, but even they're closed right now. But I also think like, I mean, the cold never really stopped us from going out, but I think it stops a lot of people from going out in the winter, you know? We just kept on going out. We're like, oh, it's Friday night, let's go. Where are we going? Put on a coat. Although I will say, I always hated coat check. I mean, I didn't hate coat check, but I didn't want to go to coat check, like, from bar to bar to bar to bar, you know what I mean? So, I would never I'd, like, leave my coat in the car, and then, like, we'd run into the bar, and I can remember standing outside in lines to get inside, and it would be, like, so cool. You'd be like, and you'd be, like, freezing, you know, because I'd always just wear, like, jeans and a t-shirt, and then I'd be fine once I got inside, but I wouldn't wear a t-shirt. And then I can remember we would like run from like bar to bar to bar, and I'd be like freezing with no coat on. I kind of forgot about all that. Because my friends would always be like, let's just coat check. And I'm like, okay, so then we'd have to stand there for another 5 or 10 minutes while they coat checked, another 5 or 10 minutes. I was ready to be, you know, like going out. That was even when I was sober. I didn't like to coat check. Oh man. I'm gonna have to do some going out this summer. Be 50. I can remember saying to my friend back in the day, I am not gonna be going to bars when I'm 50. I'm just not. It's late. I can remember saying that. And now I'm like, maybe I'll have to do some bar crawls this summer. I'm going out to some bars and do a little dancing and stuff. I did it today. It's actually the first time I've done it. You guys are like, did what? Hold on a second. I did it today, and it was the first time that I've done it this fall. I mean, honestly, I think. I mean, if I did it in a video, I may have done it in a video, but I don't think I did. This is the first time that I've done it this fall. I was like, okay, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I have 7 months until the pool opens. Today was the first time that I did it. I was like, oh my God, I have 7 months until the pool opens. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't wait 7 months. Come on. I want to be laying by a pool right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely should have brought 2 of these, because I could go right through it right now drinking it. It's so good. Oh. Tucker seems fine. You know, it's like, other than having to go potty like all the time, and he drinks an incessant amount of water. It's so weird, you guys. It's almost identical to what we went through with PP. Like, almost identical. Like, he drinks... Did I say incessant? That's not really the right word. Well, he's incessantly drinking, though. Like, he drinks all the time. If he's in the kitchen, and it's not just like back in the day, like Tucker would be like, and then he'd be done. It's like, I mean, he's like, he like downs the whole bowl like in one sitting. And then I'm like, come on, buddy, let's go outside and let's go potty. And then he like runs right to the door and we could go outside. And every time he goes potty, and so I think other than that, you know, and I know the Lasix is supposed to like remove fluid, but it also makes him drink more water. Like, the whole cycle is good. The thing that bothers me about it is, I said to Alex, I said, did we start PP on the Lasix at the same time we started him on the other meds? Because I kind of don't remember that. I feel like the Lasix came later, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I mean, I know towards the last 6 months, we were giving him all 3 meds. The vet medin, the Lasix, and I don't know what the third one is. But, Alex was like, yeah, we always gave him the Lasix. And what happened with PP, and why this scares me so much, is that the congenital heart disease and the heart congenital, I don't know, whatever, the enlarged heart and all that kind of stuff, that's what started it. But then what ended up being the thing that hurt PP, which is so weird when I think about it, like in the context of my life, because it's like my mom basically died from kidney failure too, with the disease that she had. It affected her kidneys, which is why she was on dialysis and all that stuff. But with PP, what happened was that because of the Lasix, to remove fluid, which also made him, like, he needed to hydrate more and drink water all the time, then it made his kidneys work overtime. And then his kidneys ended up shutting down as a result. Which is why, like, do you remember at one point, I'm not ready to face this with Tucker, because I know Tucker's not going to want to do this. But, and for us also, this was kind of like, this was the beginning of the end, was when PP had to eat the special food. Do you guys remember that, me talking about that? I don't really remember how much of it I talked about on camera at that time. I was really, really guarded about the whole, like, everything to do with PP, because I just was like, we hadn't been through it before and whatever. And I made a very conscious decision from the word go with this with Tucker, that I was going to share everything on camera as it happened for other people who have similarly gone through the same thing, or will future go through the same things, to normalize it. And I just think it's good for me to talk about, because I never know from day to day how I'm going to feel about it, right? When we had to start PP on that special diet of that kidney food, he hated it. And it stank. It was gross. And I had to buy it from the vet, and he hated it. He would snub his nose at it, and he would go run to Tucker and Boo Radley's food. Tucker has always been our biggest eater. I mean, Tucker can eat he and Boo Radley's food. And we feed them a lot of food. Like, they each get a lot of food on their plate. Like, a can, like a 3/4 of a can they each get. So it's like, when that little guy no longer wants to eat, I think it's going to break my heart. And when he also can't enjoy what he's eating. And there was a period when we were doing chicken and rice, and then the vet said, we did that for like a long period of time. PP was very finicky with all of that eating stuff too. I mean, he was really, like, Tucker's been so easy with the meds. Like, PP right away started kind of figuring out the meds. I literally just take a little bit of food and put the pills inside of it and like, give it to him, and he eats it. Like, Tucker doesn't even really realize that the medicine's in there. And sometimes we hide it in his food, like, in the afternoon to eat, if we feed them early. So he doesn't, like, he hasn't fought us on, I mean, maybe he will at some point, I don't know. But with PP, I felt like it was this constant, like, battle of trying to find the right thing. Now, I do know I talked about that on here because people gave us suggestions. But I felt like it was this constant fight to find the right thing to hide PP's medicine in. I honestly think, like, those pill pockets never worked with PP. But I think with Tucker, they would. I actually need to get some of those because I think that those would, like, just be, we could just put all 3 pills inside of there and then he would eat them. The vet medin, I split in half. Well, he only gets half of a pill. He gets half a pill twice a day, I think is what it is. And I split the half into halves because it's still so big for him. I mean, he's just a little guy, a little dog, you know? But that's what worries me, is about the kidney stuff. And I remember with the vet, and talking to her, and she said, Peter, it's, you know, he has to be on the medicine to relieve the fluid around the heart to help the heart work better. But at some point, yes, the kidney is going to go basically into overdrive. I mean, she said this is a fact. This happens all the time. And then people are like, well, then don't give the dog the medicine for the kidney. I got several comments like that when I talked about it on my Peter Does Stuff channel. And I'm like, well, yeah, sure, I should probably follow a comment on a video versus the expertise of my vet. I mean, why would I not do what was in the best interest for my dog? You know what I mean? But anyway, you know, at that time, what she said was, I mean, you're doing your best. If you don't do anything, the congestive heart failure is going to kill him first, right? We can prolong that, but eventually, it's, I mean, you're basically on a stopwatch, or on a time watch as it is, or whatever, you know what I mean? When it comes to, like, how, so it's this balancing act of all of it. And that's what I don't like about it, because that's where I get in my head of, like, when I take him outside to potty and I notice, like, he's really going potty, like how Pee-Pee did, where it's just, like, this floodgate opened, and I'm like, man, his kidneys are working overtime. And so then I think about it, right? And then I'm like, I don't know. When the kidney disease stuff happened for Pee-Pee, that was, like, really the beginning of the end. And that's what scares me the most about all of this. Like, I'm not... And, you know, I know Tucker's a different dog, and it could be completely different for Tucker. I don't know. I'm trying to stay super, super hopeful about all of it. And most of the hours through the day, I am. But driving around in my car late at night, just thinking about this stuff, I don't know. I think the cozy mysteries, in all honesty, I can sit there and laugh and joke about how much I love them, but they're really a good distraction right now. And Boo and Tucker are just being so sweet, too. Like, that's the thing. Like, by this point, when Pee-Pee was sick, I don't know, like, I compare them so much because it's almost identical. Well, it is identical to what they both had. Where am I at on time? I feel like I'm at the very end, and I can't tell. I don't know what it says. But it is identical to what PP had. But by this point, like, PP was coughing all the time. I mean, like, literally all day long. And, stopped. I knew I was near the end. If you look at, like, the last 6 months of PP's life, I don't even really remember at what point, but I do know that it started making me really sad. Because we had kind of like this little routine that we would do every day, right? Where I would come downstairs, I would go get coffee, I would come back, I would film videos, and PP would sit right next to me while we filmed videos, and Boo and Tucker would just run around. And PP was like in my videos every day, in my like drama videos. Do you guys remember that? In like my Peterisms videos. He was always sitting right next to me. And I just remember there was a day when he just looked at me from bed, and he just was like tired. And I was like, you don't want to come downstairs and film with me today? And he just kind of like, you know, cocked his head and looked at me. And I was like, okay, buddy. And he just like stayed in bed. And then it was like, kind of from then on, he didn't come down anymore to film with me, you know? He just lay in bed all day long. And I don't know that I really even acknowledged or recognized at the time. Like, I would say to Alex, like, PP's sleeping a lot throughout the day. And Alex would say, well, PP's always slept a lot throughout the day. And I'm like, yeah, but this is different. Like, you know, maybe it was more like the last 3 months. I don't know. But I would say, no, this is different. Like, you know, he always comes downstairs. Now he doesn't even want to come downstairs. He just wants to, you know, be in bed literally all day long. And that's the thing, PP or Tucker's not like that. Like, first of all, Tucker hardly ever coughs, which at this point, PP was coughing a lot. I mean, a lot. It was keeping the little guy up at night because he would wake up. I mean, it's very similar, the cough. I was actually like reading some of the comments on my video that I did on my Peter Does Stuff channel. You guys, I went to that video just like, I hadn't really looked, I don't really look at numbers often on my channels. I know it's strange, but like on my drama channel video, I do look at video, like numbers to see like what people are interested in and what they're not interested in, stuff like that. But on my other videos, I really like, I mean, I know on this channel that I get between like 2,000 and 3,000 views, depending on what I'm talking about or the title of the video or the time of the year or whatever. But it's been that for years, like kind of since the beginning. It's always been between 2 and, I haven't grown. If you look, like I really haven't gained any subscribers on this channel like in 2 years. It's like at any given time, I'm like, I've lost 7 for the month, or I've gained 21. It's always this number between like 7 and 21. Like I've lost or gained 21 or 7. I mean, it's always in there somewhere. Like I've never really gained subscribers on this channel, which I don't really care, you know? So I honestly think what it is for like every person that finds this channel, someone just stops watching it, is what I really think it is. Which I get it, you know, it's a commitment over here. But anyway, I happened to just go to that channel, and I was like looking through the videos, and I was like, well, when I looked like a week ago when I did the video, I looked like 2 or 3 days after. Oh, no. I know how it came up. Okay, I was uploading a video on one of my other channels, and so when I like change over to that one, like it came up as recommended, and I like looked, it was like that picture of me, and I was like, what? Because like I had seen how many views it had like 3 days after, and it had like 10,000 views on it, and I thought, that's a lot of views. Like people were so sweet on it. Like people were really, really like kind and caring on that video about Tucker. You guys, that video has over 40,000 views on it. I was like, this is crazy. And it's just like every comment. I mean, I've gotten a few nasty comments on there, but that, whatever. There's always going to be that, right? But people are just so nice. And so many people, no, I was going to say all, but so many people sharing stories of having lost their pets or their pets being sick, or, you know, you would think that, like, that would make it worse, but it doesn't. I don't know how to explain it, but there's comfort in the unity of knowing that other people have or are going through something similar to you. And, I don't know, it's really, really, people are so kind. I say this on YouTube a lot, you know, and between, like, the comments on that video and on other videos on that channel, I did one today, Walking Along Richie Woods, the comments were really nice. Between, you know, the comments and the Peter Monn vlogarinos and just the comments on the vlog and people reaching out. It's like, you know, if you choose to look for negativity and nastiness in the world, or on just specifically on YouTube, you will find it. It's there. But if you look for compassion and kindness, it's there too. And it really is a decision on what you want in your life. And it really, bottom line is, you attract what you are, I think, you know. And it's like, what is it you want in your life, you know? Do you want the negativity? Or do you want the positivity? I don't want the negativity. So yeah, it's hard because, like, over here, I have, like, the vet telling us all this stuff, which I really trust our vet. Like, she's fantastic. And then over here, it's like, he's running around. Like, in all honesty, I mean, honestly, I'm really glad we took him to the vet when we did. Because, and maybe, you know, maybe the cough has gone away because of the medicine. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe the medicine is working, right? Ton and I were just talking about that the other night. It's like, you know, when, like, you take medicine and then you start feeling better, and then, like, friends, we were talking about people that we know that are like, once they take medicine for a while and they start feeling better, they're like, I don't think I need the medicine anymore. And we're like, do you ever think that maybe it's the medicine that has made you feel better? Like, just a thought, you know? So anyway, I am so low on gas. I can't believe that my gas light hasn't come on yet. I'm, like, down to less than an eighth. Well, I'm, like, right at an eighth of a tank of gas. But anyway, maybe it is the medicine. This billboard up here that changed cracks me up. It says, Hoosiers love having on prescriptics with good treatment. Confidential addiction treatment for first responders and military. Recovery Centers of America. It changes. I like to read all of the... I like to see, do you ever play games? If you're an only child, you'll know what I mean. HollywoodFeed.com, pet supplies delivered in about an hour. I wondered what that place was forever. But if you play games with yourself, like, as an only child, like, this is a game that I would play. How many turns of the billboard can I get through before I have to drive by? Hoosiers love saving on prescriptions with good recovery, or whatever RX stands for. Anyway, yeah, like, the little guy just, like, runs around, and he hardly ever coughs. Oh, this is what I was going to say. The cough is very similar to, like, a cat having a hairball in its mouth. So it's like, it starts off as kind of like a, and then it almost kind of sounds at the end like they're choking, and then they stop. But, like, in the middle, while they're in it, like, it got worse for Pee-Pee over time. By the end, like, Pee-Pee, like, when he was coughing, like, he just looked zoned out. Like, it looked like he was in so much pain. Tucker's not coughing like that at all. Like, I used to feel so bad for Pee-Pee. I'd be like, it's okay, honey, it's okay. Oh, and I'd say, we hate that old cough. Don't we hate that old cough? Like, Tucker now is, like, maybe coughing, like, once a week. Like, if even that. Like, so I don't know. Maybe the medicine's working. Maybe the medicine's working. I don't know. But, like, my fear is Because this is the thing. If the cough being gone is not because of the medicine, which they did like a follow-up call and they were like, how are things going? How's like the cough and stuff? So I have to assume the medicine is directly related. Does anybody know? Put it in the comment section below. If not, I'm going to call my sponsor. I was going to say call my sponsor. I'm going to call my vet at the beginning of the week and ask her, but, well, I'm going to do that anyway. But, I just don't want to have him, like, here's my fear on the Lasix, overworking the kidneys if the cough going away is just because, you know, what if things aren't as advanced as they appear and they've always just kind of been like, I mean, he's had a heart murmur for years, right? Like, that's why we took him in originally, because he had a heart murmur that she found a couple years ago. I don't know. I'm just talking all over the place now. So what are your plans for the weekend? Do you have exciting plans? Sunday, we're going to get brunch. There is no live stream for the book club this Sunday. I want to make sure people know that. We had to reschedule it. Mel has family coming into town. She was like, do you care if... I was like, girl, no, we can move it to next week. I could care less. So, but the live stream will be a week from this Sunday. The other day, I was talking to Alex about some restaurant. He was like, would you want to go there for brunch? I don't know. We always say we're going to try some new place for brunch. Well, last Sunday, we didn't go to Patashu because it was Halloween. God, it seems like it was so much longer than just a week ago that it was Halloween. Doesn't it seem crazy that it was just a week ago? It seems like it was almost like a month ago. Today was the 5th, so Saturday the 6th, yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to finish this book that I'm listening to tonight, which is Deserts, Driving and Derelicts, I think is maybe what it's called. Hold on. Deserts, Driving and Derelicts. I've got like 20 minutes left. Well, no, I don't even have 20 minutes left. I have 25 minutes left of the actual book. But I'm listening to it at 2 times 5 speed. What is that? 10 minutes? I don't know. I think I have like about 10 minutes left. And then I'm going to listen to the 3rd one. The 4th one is a Christmas one. So I'm excited to get to the 4th one. Because they're so good. And she's like a part of Normal Kentucky now. And she's got friends. And she's running the campground. It's just real cute. It's really, really cute. And it makes me feel so homey. Oh, you know what? I am so struggling. I am so struggling with this comforter for Christmas, okay? There are 2 comforters that I really, really like. One of them is red plaid on one side, and then on the other side is like this off-white Sherpa, okay? Like, you know, fleece kind of material. And I love it. They're both from the Pottery Barn. Now I'm going to buy one of these, okay? So just hear me out for a second. But I'm thinking about years ahead, comforters and things like that. That's the one I've been looking at that I really, really like, okay? Then I also have the duvet cover. Then I also, there is a comforter and it's on sale, you guys, right now, okay? California King, it's on sale for like $100. And it is white with this beautiful, like red and white, like stencil drawing pictures. I'm gonna show you a picture here in just a second of Santa in a sleigh, but like an old English drawing of it, okay? It's beautiful. It's like called, I don't know how to pronounce this word, étoile. Does that mean E-T-O-I-L-E? Or toile? No, T-O-I-L-E. I thought that, does that mean star in French? But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the pictures, okay? I almost, like this is bad, I almost bought both of them. Because I was like, because the one's on sale, and I was like, well, I can just save them. Okay, and it also has pillows. So here's the red plaid one. Oh, look how cozy that looks for Christmas, okay? This is the red plaid one. And this is the Santa one. Look at that. Is that not so pretty? But this one, I don't know if you can see, it's literally, let me show you if I can. It's trees and stuff, but okay, here, I don't know if you can see, it's literally pictures of Santa and his sleigh. So, come on, get back in focus. So I couldn't use it like past Christmas. I mean, it would definitely just be like a Christmas comforter that I would use for like a week or two before Christmas. Now the plaid one, the plaid one, I could use that really like fall and Christmas and everything. I don't think it's that Christmas. I mean, it's Christmassy, but it's not that Christmassy. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Okay, let's read a couple of the comments. Is there somebody in there? I thought it was closed. The gas station's closed. Okay. Peter Vlogs. Okay, East to Toe said, I read every book club book, but if it's not working for you, it's not working. Oh, I appreciate you saying that. It's not that it's not working for me. It's just like, if it's you and me, East to Toe, and we're the only ones reading it, then I can just make recommendations. I don't have to have a book club, you know what I mean? I actually, you know what I should do? Is I should go over to my BookTube channel, because I asked about it in the video that I did today, which I'm sure doesn't have any... Artemis said, I love your book club. A lot of people are saying that they read the book club, so I'll keep the book club. Sarah said, I just want to know what these people walking by thought when they heard a grown man talking to himself in the woods about murder. I love it. Chris Bear said, no, don't stop the book club. I've been reading along since Sanatorium. So, February. Love the choices because sometimes there are books outside of my genre. Plus, this channel showed me BookTube and I love it. I share all of my 5s and 4s, book suggestions with friends. And my flops go to my little library. Aww. Just because I wasn't a fan doesn't mean someone else doesn't like it. I totally agree with that with books. I look forward to your picks every month and I'm excited to see what you choose for December. Okay, so a lot of people are reading along. Do you know what's so funny about the, like, not liking a book and then thinking that that means that somebody else won't like it? Is that I used to think that. I used to believe that, right? But what's funny about that is, Peter 5 years ago, I probably would have totally made fun of cozy mysteries. I would have been like, I can't believe that you like cozy mysteries. And now I love cozy mysteries. Okay, let's read some of these comments. GSL Makeup just commented 16 seconds ago. Peanut butter and honey on warm toast is the ultimate comfort food. I love it, especially with chili. So Danny said, as far as podcasts go, I think what you do now is better than a podcast with just audio. Most big podcasts end up adding a video version on YouTube, i.e. full coverage. Having specific topics might be helpful. I'm new to your vlog channel and it's been real relaxing to listen. I wanted to know what people thought about that idea. Podcast, Peter's perspective. Amber said, Peter, I finally did it. I started a channel. Thanks for your inspiration. Aw, Amber Ryan started a channel. Congratulations. Jennifer said, yay, I was first on his last video for once. Yay. Liz said, hi Peter, sorry if you've talked about this before, but I'm not totally caught up on the vlogs. I was wondering if you've seen the show Midnight Mass on Netflix. I think you'd like it a lot, sort of mystery horror show. Who did Haunting of Hill House? I have not. Alex is, oh, the battery's gonna stop. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I have not watched it. Alex is, I want to finish Only Bodies in the Building. I think I have one episode left of it, and Dracula Resurrection and Wentworth. And then I'm gonna start it. I think I have 5 episodes of Wentworth, Dracula Resurrection. I'm caught up on Dracula the show. It's so good this season. And Wentworth, Dracula, and Only Murders in the Building. Oh, I also need to catch up on The Last Man too. But Alex just finished You. He said the 3rd season, I think this is the 3rd season. He said it was the best season ever. He was like, he watched it literally, you guys, in 2 days. I mean, he just like sat in bed and watched it in 2 days straight with the dogs. He loved it. I just can't binge watch a show like that. Like, I have such a hard time. Like, after 2 episodes, I start getting like antsy and I have to move around because I have ants in my pants. But no, I'm gonna watch that here in a little while. Duds Maggie said, yes, please do a podcast. Sharon said, I would love for the Peter podcast. Sheila said, Peter, please read. Much love. I missed the days where a difference of opinion was a good thing. I too agree with that. I miss good conversations and long talks. That is why I love Peter's channels. I have learned so much in a few months. I have learned to open my heart and my ears. Thank you, Peter. Much love to you, Alex, the pups, and the vlogarinos. Aww. I agree with that. I miss having long conversations. It's like we're afraid to have conversations about our opinions, you know? Kayla said, I'm so glad this is a space where we can have these kinds of conversations without it being a hostile place. And it goes into talking about technology. So thank you, Kayla, for that comment. Cauliflower said, when you have to wait till the end to find out why you picked that title, hashtag vlogarino. That's right, it's all a secret. I love that Troy in every comment always puts, happy birthday, Lena. Maricela said, Peter, are you talking about Christmas decorating? Had me wondering if you received a letter from your HOA about when you are allowed to decorate for Christmas. You know, that's interesting that you say that, because someone said, Tanette said there's movies based on the baking series, the Hannah Swenson series. I know, but I don't know how many of them, like, follow the books, and so I don't, like, want to watch it until I've read the book, if that makes sense. Our HOA is so strict about stuff, but when it comes to, like, they're strict about weird stuff. Like, when it comes to decorating, like, for Christmas or Halloween or your front porch or whatever, they don't seem to really care about that stuff. The stuff they care about is, like, I mean, I understand to some degree why, like, certain things they care about. I'm just not willing to give that kind of control over to an HOA. I think the other thing is, you know, I joke about it in videos, but it really does drive me crazy. And my neighbors and I do complain about it because it's overkill, right? But here's the thing, and I think this is sometimes missed because I'm always, like, ranting and raving and, like, you know what I mean? Like, talking about it. But I knew this from when my mom lived there, and I also know this from my cousin and my aunt, because when I've complained to them about the HOA, like, when I'll say to friends of mine, like, they'll say, how much is your HOA fees a month? And I'm like, our fees are $431, okay? And they're like, $431 a month? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, that is astronomical. And they'll say, we pay $60 a year. And they live in a housing addition. And I'm like, okay. But, like, our HOA fees pay for any landscaping, well, except for our front walks. That's up to us. But all the grass, all the trees, all the lakes, the tennis courts, the pool, upkeep of the pool. I mean, we have a house in the front and a gate in the back. The landscapers come, they mow once a week, they prune the trees. I mean, the neighborhood is beautiful. It's a really beautiful neighborhood. And so, like, it goes towards all of that. It goes towards use of the pool. It goes towards the upkeep of the tennis courts. It goes towards, like, any maintenance issues that go on within the neighborhood. Like, we have a brick wall that's all the way around our building, or our grounds, and so they have to do upkeep of the brick wall, upkeep of the lakes. They keep the lake stocked of fish and things like that. There's fountains in the lakes. So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, I still think $431 is astronomical. I think it's absolutely astronomical. And it's getting ready to be raised even higher. But they fix everything from, like, anything on the outside. This is what the huge issue was just recently, was they wanted to change it that you are now responsible for things on the outside of your condo as well, like your roof and the siding and the paint and all. Okay, fine. If that's the case, cut our HOA fees in half. Like, if we're going to be responsible for things that could cost us anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a year, if not more. I mean, a new roof could be astronomical on a condo, right? Then cut our HOA fees in half. And I don't even know what happened with that vote. I didn't see the results of it. So, but the thing is this, is that an HOA fee for condos is completely different, or an HOA for condos is completely different than an HOA for a community, like a housing community. Like, they're not the same thing at all. Like, the concept is similar, but, like, what they look over and what they are in control of and all that kind of stuff is completely different. So, and a lot of my friends don't understand that. They'll be like, I just can't believe you pay that much. And I'm like, well, I mean, like, in Florida, like, the condos that we're looking at in Florida, shit, on top of hurricane insurance, the HOA fees are pretty expensive because, like, with a lot of those buildings, you get a pool, you're paying for, like, building maintenance, you're paying for parking, you're paying for all this extra stuff. And so you have to figure, like, the HOA fees into what you're paying a month. Because, like, let's say if your mortgage is $1,000, right? And you're like, okay, I can afford $1,000, you know, mortgage a month, right? Well, you got to figure in your HOA, because if your HOA is $600 a month, your mortgage isn't $1,000, it's $1,600 a month. So when you're figuring out like house versus that, you know, but I mean, this is all basic stuff that everybody knows, I think. I don't know, maybe not. I didn't really know a lot of it until I moved in there. The other thing is this, as far as like finding stuff out about the neighborhood, that in the warm months, like spring and summer, like literally my neighbors are always outside. They're watering plants, they're sitting on their front porch or back porch, but mostly their front porches because they talk to people and they walk by like I do, you know? And they go to the pool, they walk around the neighborhood. But I mean, because it's an older neighborhood, when it starts getting cold outside, they are gone. Like they are literally gone. I've already seen some of my neighbors like, well, it used to be that a lot of people would kind of like, what do you call it? Pack up and they would go like, a lot of the people in my neighborhood have places like in Florida and Arizona that they go to in the summer, or they go to in the winter. But then they come and go. Like because it's now like, when Alex and I first moved in there, it was all like 80-year-olds, right? But a lot of people have moved to assisted living programs. A lot of people have passed away. I mean, there was a period there for, I would say, probably 3 years, where at least once a month, in the middle of the night, you'd be woken by like flashing ambulance lights through your windows, and somebody would be, you know, had passed away in their sleep or something like that, you know. And it was an older community, so it's kind of like, it's weird because, so our community, it's like all of the people that were like 80 plus, there's still a few in there. I'd say there's probably, I don't know, 5 to 10. There's still a few. But then there's a lot of people that are close to early retirement, or close to like retirement. Like our neighbors are like in their early 60s, 60, I think she's 61 and he's 60, or 62 and 61, or 61 and 60. And then our neighbors across the street, I think he's a little bit older than her. I think he's like 65, 67, and she is getting ready to retire. This is her last year as a teacher. And then the people directly across, they're catty corner. The people directly across from us, I don't really know what they ever did. I kind of feel like they might have come from some money, because they've never talked about a job that they've had. And they're similar in age. Well, she knew Tanya's husband but she said he was older than her. And Tanya's husband is 70. So she's got to be in her mid-60s, so their retirement age. Yeah, so it's a lot of like retiring age. And I think that's like a lot of the people that lived there before and like passed away or moved to assisted living program places. I think they moved in there when they were like 60 to 65, and then they just aged out. So a lot of the people that live in our neighborhood, they have like winter places that they go. But now that it's kind of a younger audience, a younger neighborhood. I mean, not 20, but you know, 60s than it used to be. They don't typically, like, if they come and go. So they'll go to like Florida for like a week or two. Like all of our neighbors like go and they like rent a place for like 2 weeks, or they'll have like a family home somewhere, you know, that they go to for like a week or two, but then they come back. You know, they're there for Christmas, but then maybe they'll go a week or two in January, a week or two in February. But you never know when people are going to be there. But I will say this, like, come cold weather, nobody is outside. Like, nobody at all. My neighbor today, I was kind of surprised. He was sitting out. Well, he's outside a lot. Because he walks his dog like 24. They have this Basset Hound Beagle mix. Well, he's not a puppy anymore. He's like 2 years old. But this dog, he just runs the length of the backyard. And he's like, oh, he's so hilarious. But, like, I don't think they could walk this dog enough and it still would have so much energy. I mean, he takes him to the bark park all the time. And so he was outside today. He like whittles or something. Is that what it's called? Like the wood? Because he was sitting out there with like a bucket and this wood. And the dog was just like he like puts one of the sticks in the ground right next to him, and he just like sits. He's the nicest guy. We got so lucky with our neighbors. But like he was outside, and his wife, like she works on painting stuff in the garage. Like she revamps old furniture and stuff. But other than that, like I don't really see. Well, our neighbors on the other side, they're out on their. They go out on their patio late at night. They like to party it up a little bit. But she's, I mean, like in her 20s. Like that makes sense, right? But they're still like, they're real quiet. Like if our patios didn't, because like our patio is here, their patio is here. And so I can kind of like, whenever they turn on the lights and go out on the patio, like I can see a catty corner if I'm sitting there watching TV, but I can't see, I can't see them. Unless they're like right in the corner. And they'll like, I can hear them like, you know, come out, and they're like probably watching a movie or something. I don't know. They go out there for a second, but I love our neighborhood. I used to not like it, you know, and I feel super, super blessed to live there and have the neighbors that we have. I feel like my friends either have neighbors that they really, really get along with, or they have neighbors that they can't stand. And so I feel just really grateful that, like I said, that we have neighbors that we get along with so well. And I have my own cozy little like neighborhood like right there, you know. It's like I stand out there in the summer and I talk to my neighbors, and you know, my neighbor across the street, she loves cozy mysteries too. But like everybody's very concerned about how their front yards look, their walkways and patios and all of that stuff. I'm already thinking about next summer. I think I'm gonna get some gingham plaid, like yellow and white pillows to go with my blue chairs. Won't that be so pretty? And then I'm gonna have my, you know, all my flowers out front. I can't wait. I've only got 7 months for that to worry about that. It's a lot of cozy mysteries. It's a lot of cozy mysteries. You guys, I cannot believe that I'm like, when I finish this book, I think I have like 6 or 7 books left for the rest of the year. Like, and I was worried I wasn't going to make my goal of 102 books. Like, I'm like, and yes, these books are short, but whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go over my goal this year. I'm so proud of myself. I've read such fantastic books this year. I've really had an enjoyable year reading, and just, you know, like one of the things I talked about in the past was that I really struggled with, and I still do struggle with this, like just being present. Like somebody said this on my Peter Does Stuff video where they said, I struggle with just being present. Like any tricks to doing that? It's like, well, I do too, you know, I really struggle with being present. But do you remember me talking about like, I just said this, I can't watch more than 2 episodes. I just get antsy, right? I think part of it is making yourself comfortable, having like a comfortable place to like watch TV that you really enjoy. I don't mind the chair that we have where I film all my videos, but like, it's not super comfortable. Like I'm ready for a new chair, you know, like we've been thinking about getting a new chair for a while. But we also don't want to spend a bunch of money when we're going to redo the whole downstairs soon. So it's like, why put the money into that now, if you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but we need a new chair. So anyway, the other thing I was thinking about with the podcast for myself was that if I did one for myself, you know, Melissa and I are going to set up a studio in my office. I could set up in one of the other rooms the studio for me. Like, I could just make a studio that would be for Peter's podcast, where I could just go in there and sit and talk for an hour. Do you know what I mean? And just film it video-wise. Just me and a microphone. I feel like that's kind of corny though, right? I could call it just me and a microphone. Maybe I'll do that. If I did that though, and I uploaded that video, I wouldn't start a whole new channel for that. I probably would just put it on this channel once a week. Because it would fit over here, you know? I was talking about something and now I forgot what I was talking about. Because I was like, is that snow on the ground? That's not snow on the ground, is it? What is that? Tell me this doesn't look like snow over here. Do you guys see that on the ground? It just looks, I think it's just rocks. But it's, I mean, it's currently 28 degrees. We could have snow right now. Oh gosh, it's out of focus. It's 28 degrees outside. I mean, what is it? Anything below 32 degrees, something like that? 32 degrees is freezing. It could snow, right? Well, listen, I'm gonna go up here and get gas at the gas station because I'm so low on gas. And I'm gonna get off here now. But I hope that you guys, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you are having a magically amazing Saturday. And of course I will be back tomorrow night. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and your comment may be read on one of these vlogs. And I love you guys so much. I hope that you're having a relaxing weekend, taking care of one another. To all the vloggerinos out there, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!